My mother's funeral was yesterday. I burned her therapy tapes without listening to them, and my siblings think I'm a monster. My mother died of a heart attack 3 weeks ago. She was 52 years old. My siblings and I spent last weekend cleaning out her house, dividing up photo albums, packing her clothes for donation, trying not to cry every 5 minutes. That's when I found the small old toy box, back of her bedroom closet, behind her winter coats, labeled in her handwriting, therapy sessions, private. Inside were 20 cassette tapes, each one numbered and dated. Session 1 through session 20, spanning 2 years. I held one up and showed Ava. She immediately said we should listen to them together, hear what mom was working through. Maybe it would help us understand her better. Noah disagreed, said they were private for a reason and we should just throw them away. I couldn't do either. I needed to hear her voice. So I took the box home, plugged in my old cassette player from college, put in session 1, told myself I'd only listen to one, just to feel close to her again. The therapist asked mom why she was seeking help. Mom's voice came through the speakers, clear and steady. She said, I'm here because I can't figure out how to leave my husband and kids. I sat there frozen. The tape kept playing. Mom talked about how she married my dad because she was pregnant with me, how she never wanted kids, how every year she stayed felt like losing more of herself. I stopped the tape, made myself breathe. Maybe this was just venting. Everyone has dark thoughts sometimes. I put in session 2. Mom talked about fantasizing about leaving, imagining getting in her car and just driving, never coming back. She said she'd researched apartments in other cities, made lists of places she could start over. Session 3. She'd opened a secret bank account, started siphoning money from the joint account. $20 here, $50 there, building an escape fund. Session 5. She'd packed a bag, kept it hidden in her car trunk for 3 months. Toiletries, a change of clothes, cash, ready to go at any moment. I felt sick. This wasn't just venting, this was planning. Session 8. She made it to the airport, bought a one-way ticket to Portland, sat at the gate for 2 hours, watched families say goodbye. Then she turned around and went home. The therapist asked why. Mom went quiet. Then she said because I realized I couldn't afford the life I wanted on a waitress salary. If I left, I'd be poor. If I stayed, I had the house, the car, the comfort. Session 12. She'd done it again. Made it to the airport. Different city this time. Seattle, same result. Came back. The therapist asked if she felt guilty about the kids. Mom laughed. She actually laughed. She said, I know I'm supposed to say yes, but honestly, no, I don't think about them when I'm planning to leave. I think about the house, the life insurance policy, what I'd be giving up. Session 15. She admitted she'd tried to leave 4 more times. 4, always came back. Always for the money. Never for us. Session 18. She told the therapist she'd made peace with it. She'd chosen money over happiness, chose comfort over freedom, and she'd chosen it over her children. I stopped listening. I couldn't hear anymore. 19 more tapes sat in that toy box. I didn't want to know what else she'd said. I didn't sleep that night. Just sat there staring at the toy box. 19 more tapes I hadn't listened to. Session 19. Session 20. What else had she said? I put in session 19. Mom told her therapist she'd stop trying to leave, accepted her choice, made peace with staying for the money and the lifestyle. The therapist asked how she felt about her children now that she decided to stay. Mom paused. Then she said, I don't resent them anymore. I've learned to see them as part of the investment, the life I built. They're not the reason I'm happy, but they're not the reason I'm unhappy either. They just exist. Session 20. The final session. Mom told the therapist this would be their last meeting. She didn't need therapy anymore. She'd figured it out. The therapist asked what she'd figured out. Mom said I realized I was asking the wrong question. I kept asking myself if I loved my kids enough to stay, but that's not what kept me here. What kept me here was asking if I loved myself enough to leave, and the answer was no. I loved comfort more than I loved myself. I loved security more than freedom. And my kids, they were just collateral, not the reason, just the excuse. I turned off the tape. My phone rang. Ava. She wanted to come over and listen to the tapes together. I looked at the toy box, then at my fireplace. I told her I'd burned them. I didn't tell her I'd listened to all of them first. Let her think I destroyed them out of spite. She went silent. Then she started yelling, called me selfish, said those tapes weren't mine to destroy, that we all deserved to hear mom's voice. I said, trust me. You didn't want to hear what she had to say. Ava hung up on me. Noah called an hour later, said the same thing, that I was a monster for burning them. The funeral was the next day. Ava and Noah gave beautiful eulogies about how much mom loved us, how she sacrificed everything for her family. I didn't speak. After the service, my dad pulled me aside, asked if I'd actually listened to all the tapes. I said yes. He looked at me for a long time. Then he said, good. Now you know why I never fought harder to make her happy. She was never going to be happy. Not with us.